What's going on, guys? Ryan Nelson here, and I wanted to help you get a little bit more cinematic with your videos. So first off, I'm not going over camera settings. I'm not talking about sliders and camera movements and things like that, because we all know what to do there. If you don't, Google it, YouTube it. There's plenty of things out there to find. So what I wanted to help you out today was with a little bit more of story, helping you get better story with your footage. So you might be thinking, story, that's not cinematic, but it is. If you tell a good story, along with good camera movements and good settings, it's gonna really bring the audience in. So a while back, I did start using a method, and it's been really beneficial for me when I start using this, when I really implement this into my videos. And it's the 5 Ps. You've probably never heard of it. I'd never heard of the 5 Ps before either. It's really beneficial, and then once you get the hang of it, it's always in there in the back of your mind. You know what it is. You can just kind of run through this mental checklist and tell if you're coming up with a good story or not. So, first P, the first P. First P we're gonna start off with is a person. Who is your video about? What is your video about? It doesn't necessarily have to be an exact person, but it could be about a thing, a person. It's gotta have a subject. So we're gonna start with person. That's where we're gonna start. All right, so there's four more. We're gonna get into it. Okay, so now that we have our person established, we need to establish our second P, which is a place. Where is this story taking place? So this place hopefully is gonna give you a little bit more context, give you a little bit more background about who the person is, what the story is about, where the story is heading, and give that visual representation of that character without having to physically say these things. Subcontext. Subtext? Subtext. Okay, so now that we have a person and a place established, we need to establish what is the problem. Tell Dr. Nick, where is the trouble? That kind of thing. Remember that from The Simpsons? Dr. Nick was one of my favorite characters. What are we trying to solve? What's an issue that's gonna interest you in this person, in this story? Why are you gonna stick around and watch this story? And it doesn't have to be a huge problem. It doesn't have to be, I just got kicked out of my house and I have no place to live, which might be a very real reality for some people here coming soon. I'm sorry, that sucks. It can be something as basic as, I am here, I need to get over there. How do I get from point A to point B as easily as possible? That's my problem. I gotta figure out how to get from point A to point B. And that's basically what this is. So it's a problem, we gotta figure out how to solve it. So let's solve my problem. Probably move this and this. Come sesame. That's heavier than I remembered it being. Oh man, the light with this thing down is so nice in here. It's a shame the sun just beats right in that window. Okay, where are we at? We have, we're on our 4th P, right? 4th P, so we've got our person, our place, our problem, and the 4th P is gonna be the progress. So the progress is basically gonna be the solution to the problem that you created. The solution to the problem is gonna be the progress. It's just easier to say, so it's like 5 Ps. So what's solution? Another word for solution is progress. So the progress can take many forms. It can be very simple or it can be very complex. Depends on your story, how long you want it to be. If you're doing like an Instagram story, make this whole thing like just little tidbits. If you're doing a feature-length film, draw these out as long as you can. Make twists and turns in your story. So how do we solve this problem? So something you may not know about me, I don't know why you would know this about me, but when I was starting my career in Atlanta, I used to work for a company called Home Depot Expo, which was a division of Home Depot. And we shot a lot of home goods. So I ended up getting a lot of random stuff for the house. Point being, I've had this hardwood flooring since about 2006. I've been carrying it around with me everywhere I go, everywhere I move, it comes with me. And now I think I finally have a use for it. Check this stuff out. This stuff. It's really pretty. It's also really dusty. So I'm gonna pull this out. I don't think that's gonna be enough to cover it, so let me bring some more out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that at one point I spilled a gallon of paint all over this. You also bumped your shutter speed down too low. Not cinematic. Something else you probably don't know about me is I really enjoy woodworking as a hobby. Let's cut some wood. So where are we here? I said there was 5 P's, right? 5. So we've got our person, our place, our problem, our progress, and our 5th P, that would be the point. What's the point of the story? Why did you tell this story? Why is this story interesting? What makes them want to engage with this? What is gonna relate to them? And just like everything else, the point doesn't have to be this big, elaborate point. It can be something as simple as, I wanted to go see this person speak at this event, and that's the point of the story. I just told you the story of how I got to this event. I didn't go to an event. I don't know why that came up. But no matter what your story is, make sure there's a point to it. So a good example of this, and this is a video that just went viral, and I'm sure you've seen it. Since we're all in lockdown or quarantine or stay at home right now, it is this video of this guy who looks like he's in New York. He sees this girl dancing across the way. He pops up his drone, sends his number over on the drone. She texts him, they're talking now. So that's a pretty simple story. So let's run through the 5 P's on this one. The person, there's a guy in his apartment. His apartment is the place. Why is he there? He's stuck in quarantine. That's the problem. The problem is he's in quarantine, he's stuck in his apartment, he's single, he wants to talk with new people, meet new people. The progress is he sees this girl dancing across the way and he comes up with this really ingenious way to get her attention and talk to her. And the point of the story is that even though we're all in this bad situation right now, we're all in this situation, there is still ways to get around it. There are still creative ways to get out of this scenario and meet new people. So very simple story, very powerful. I did see this myself. I heard this guy gained like 200,000 Instagram followers just because of this one story. And that's how powerful a story can be. If you just tell a good story, follow these 5 P's. Let me know what you come up with. All right, if you guys like this video, if you find it useful at all, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button down there, hit that subscribe button down there if you haven't already, hit that bell. I hear there's a bell down there too. There's so many buttons to hit. Hit all the buttons. All right, leave a comment down below too. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time.